There was a holy hush all over as I walked into the room, and as I stood before him face to face, I was gloriously made new. There was a great and awesome presence, and a light bright as the day, and as I bowed and kneel with angels, I heard the Spirit say, All rise, all rise, to stand before the throne in the presence of the Holy One. All rise, all rise.
Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway, and I'm the preacher here at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. And I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we are in Nehemiah chapter 3. Nehemiah chapter 3, and I really don't know which verse to talk about. So, as you go through it, it's one of those, it's like as you might enter into Matthew, and you go through the genealogy of Christ, or you go through different parts of the book of Numbers, and it's just listing a bunch of names and numbers, names and numbers, names and numbers. And so here it's one of those chapters where it's listing those who helped in building and what they built. And so it's going forth and just listing a ton of names as you go through here, and listing a bunch of things in which they had built. I mean, it starts off with verse 1. It says, Then Eliashib, the high priest, rose up, and his brethren, the priests, built the sheep gate. They consecrated and hung the doors. They built as far as the tower, the 100, and consecrated it then in the tower of Hanel. Next, Eliashib, the men of Jericho, built, and next to them, Zachar, the son of Imar, built. And so you go through here, it's continuously talking about different people and what they had built. And you got verse 3 that talks about building the fish gate. And just as you just continue to read through, and again, I don't want you to just blaze through it because it's just a bunch of names. But it's interesting as you go through it too. As you go through, you try to make connections on what tribe, who is building what. And just remember, just like today, a lot of names are more than one person has the same name, right? And so it's the same thing here. They have common names. And so you'll read through and see some names that you're like, oh, is that? And then it goes with someone else. Because I believe there's even another Nehemiah within this, if I haven't not mistaken. I believe I read that. But as you read through, there it is, verse 17. It talks about the Levites. It says, after him, the Levites under Rehum, the son of Bani, made repairs. Next to him, Hashbab, the leader of the district of Keilah, made repairs in the district. And after him, the brethren under Baviah. And so it just continues on that. Verse 22 talks about some of the priests. It says, after him, the priests, the men of the plain, made repairs. After him, Benjamin and Hashab made repairs opposite of the house, their house. After them, Azar, the son of Maaseh, the son of Ananiah, made repairs by his house. And so, they built within their area. And just in doing that it's going to rebuild Jerusalem. It's going to rebuild the walls and the gates, and help them continue down the line in which they needed to. And so you finally get to the end of the chapter here. In verse 28, it says, beyond the horse gate, the priests made repairs, each in front of his own house. After them, Zadok, the son of Imar, made repairs in front of his own house. After him, make sure you guys can see that. After him, Hananiah, the son of Shelmiel, Helon, the sixth son of Zelaph, repaired another section of him, Bela. Talks about Mifkad Gate, as far as the upper room in the corner, between the upper room and the corner of the sheep gate, goldsmith and merchants made repairs. So, I mean, you just continuously read through there all the different repairs that were made and different people, different spots. And so, you're kind of basically making that whole area as you continue just go down the line and circle around as the gate. And so it's just one of those chapters, but it's in there. God's given it to us, so let us take time to look at it and read through it. And so, to me, it's always interesting as you go through and you're reading through, hey, the Levites did work and the priests did work, and then you got all these others. And so, so that is Nehemiah chapter 3 as we take the time to look at it. So I appreciate and thank you for following along with me, and hope that everybody has a blessed day. And as always, if the Lord is willing, I'll talk to you later.